Now that sounds absolutely amazing. V12 engine in the back, just where it should be. But it sounds just as good as it looks. Welcome to another episode from SupercarTribe. I'm Andy Rasool. Today we are at GVE in London. Let's check it out and see what they have in stock. So it's my first visit to GVE, and I've got to say they've got an amazing collection of cars. They've got some classic models, but mainly they deal in luxury, high performance and supercars themselves. So we can see here they've got one of the early model Californias, and sitting right next to that, one of the California T models as well. Beautiful 430 next to that, with a number of Porsches. So if it's something more like a Lamborghini that you're looking for, they've got plenty over here. Plenty of Huracans of various specs. Or if you're looking for something more classic, beautiful, beautiful white Lamborghini Countach over there. Standing next to something a lot more modern, a McLaren. This car in particular caught my eye. It's a Gambala, a 911 flat-nose Gambala convertible with the Testarossa style streaks on the side. Very 1980s. But we're only here to see one car today, and that car today is a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ Coupe. Let's check it out. So here we have it, the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, finished in a unmistakable, you're not going to miss this car on the road, that's for sure. Absolutely beautiful car in this lime green colour. Kind of reminds me of Hulk, to be honest with you. It's such a outrageous looking car, and it's, you know, it's obviously it's had a fair amount of treatment done to the exterior of the car. This is actually a factory car. It's as in a factory spec car. This is all factory body with the scoops and the inlets and the body and everything like that. And you can see the exterior is just outrageous. I mean, as if the Aventador was not outrageous to start off with. This particular version, I mean, just look at it, absolutely amazing, you know, from every angle. You know, you pull up next to another Aventador, there's no mistaking it, there's something special about this car. Everything from that rear wing to all the scoops, the carbon fiber, you know, the alloy design itself, and of course, the two exhausts sticking out of the back. Absolutely stunning car. So this is the brand new bonkers version of the Aventador. 0 to 60, 0 to 62 kilometers an hour in 2.8 seconds, which is just amazing. It has a top speed of 350 kilometers an hour, which is about 220 miles per hour. Which for a road car, and you'll see the interior in a second, I mean, this is very much a road car. I mean, even though it has super high performance credentials to it, it is still a road car. It's probably going to be the last of the Aventador Super GT special versions. This particular model is more powerful, lighter, has better aerodynamics. It's been tweaked in almost every single way, and it also has better tyres for the track as well. The engine is a 6.5 litre V12, giving out 759 brake horsepower. Torque peak is up, and that's actually a big difference. That's one of the big differences, that the way that this car drives, because previously the torque peaked at 5,500 RPM. Now that is up to 6,750 RPM, which basically means as you're accelerating, that power just keeps coming and coming. Quite a different delivery, and that's probably the reason why you know, the performance itself is so good. There is 40% more downforce, obviously helped by this rear spoiler, but that's a huge increase over the standard Aventador S. There's only 900 units which are going to be made. This particular car is not even for sale. It's actually already sold. Even though it is unregistered, it's got literally delivery mileage on it. It's not available for purchase, it's actually already sold. The base price on this car, £360,000, But this car has a number of extras. So one thing that you notice when you see the Aventador from the inside is that it's very minimalist, as in it's been stripped back. I mean, you sit inside and, you know, yes, it has floor mats, but those floor mats are really wafer thin. So a lot of material, a lot of soundproofing has been stripped out of the car. It's still very much a road car. I mean, it's not stripped out like some vehicles. You know, as you can see, all the door panels are all finished in carbon fiber, which just looks absolutely great. The car itself, it does not feel like a racer, as in the sense that you have some cars which are very much set up for track only. This isn't one of those. This is kind of in between. You know, the Aventador itself is obviously very much more geared towards road use, you know, leather interior and things like that. Here we've got Alcantara with lots of carbon fiber. I mean, just look at the detail on those seats themselves. You know, absolutely stunning, you know, with the carbon fiber frames. You know, this isn't going to be the type of car that you sort of use on a day-to-day basis, but when you do, it's going to be very, very special. The interior, it still has all those luxuries. You know, it still has, you know, your AC functions, your radio functions, your sat nav, and everything like that. All right, so let's just jump inside and have a look at this thing. And this isn't the easiest car to get in and out of. You actually do fall into the car. So it's not that it's difficult to sit into, but you know, you're definitely getting down low, and you know, that's obviously a sports car thing. It's a Lamborghini thing as well. But you know, let's have a look at the inside. You know, it is absolutely beautiful. You know, I love the fact that they've got the stop-start button underneath this cover, which is just absolutely great. Lamborghini on the dash itself, lots of carbon fiber, and if you're going to forget that you're in the SVJ, you're reminded on the seats themselves. But absolutely beautiful car. This car, as I mentioned, is a delivery mileage car, and it's already been sold. But you know, it's just everything about this car just makes you realize that you're in something really, really special. Right, we're here on the inside of the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, and the first thing you've got to notice is this car is just, it's so different to the F50 or you know, anything like that. I mean, it's obviously a lot more modern, and you really see that. There's plenty of carbon fiber everywhere, Alcantara, you know, everywhere you look and touch. It feels really, really modern, and obviously it has a nice big screen in the center as well, which is kind of a must-do nowadays. But this is a serious performance car, and you know, it's not just a Lamborghini with a kit on it. You know, it's you know, that isn't even the start of it. I mean, everything that's on the exterior is there for a purpose. It's there for the aerodynamics, it's there for the downforce. It's really there to help the car go quicker. And on the inside, you kind of expect it to be a little bit stripped out and bare, and it is to some extent. I mean, there is no carpets in here. There's floor mats, but you know, really, you can feel underneath your feet that there's no padding there. It's, you know, really just a mat on the floor. But you know, still inside, it still feels really, really special. It doesn't feel like a stripped out racer at all. You know, you've got the lovely Alcantara on the dash, on you know, all the surfaces really that you touch, and the interior and the seats and everything. You know, with beautiful stitching, and you know, it's a real sort of in between type of car. You know, you know, it hasn't got that sort of leather interior, you know, luxury feel that, you know, most road going like the Aventador itself would have, but it doesn't feel completely stripped out at the same time, and you know, just purely for use on the track. And you know, so it's a real nice mix, and everything that you feel. I mean, you look around at the seats, and you know, the Alcantara and the carbon fiber finish, you know, really make it feel special. There's beautiful red piping throughout the car. I mean, the interior is literally, there's two colors that are used, black and red, and you know, you've got the pull handles which are in red itself. You've got the stitching and the piping that goes through the car, that's also in red as well. So you know, it's a real nice color combination that's used on the inside. And then of course on the exterior it's just completely different. So you know, the exterior is that bright green, which is unmistakable, and on this particular car it's finished with a matte wrap. It's actually green originally anyway with the gloss finish, but for whatever reason, you know, the owners decided to have a matte finish on the outside, which works really well because there's certain accents on the vehicle which are still gloss in finish. You know, so things like the door mirrors, the alloys, you know, other bits and bobs like that, but the actual core elements, the actual body parts themselves, are all in that matte finish, which is a real nice contrast. And now is that moment that you've all been waiting for. You want to hear what it sounds like? Let's check it out. Alright, go for it. As good as it looks. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. So there we have it. That's another episode from Supercar Tribe. Subscribe by hitting the red button down below and hit the bell. That way you'll be notified whenever we release a video, which is twice a week. All the best. Ciao.